he's just like makes eye contact with me. The Red Bull man makes eye contact with me, and I just look away because I knew he was about to try and offer me some. I'm not about that.
You don't like Red Bull?
I can't say that I do, but I also haven't tried it, so
Yeah. Do you drink energy drinks at all?
No, not really.
Good. Stay away from it.
Okay.
I just realized it's recording. Hey, yo, fuck the Izzo. We back with another Tea Time with Kai. Bring up the energy, This time we got yerba mate. Oh, shoot. So the lighting's tough right now. We got yerba mate, revel berry. You know how we do it. Oh, you hear that? The sound of... Eric's just telling me about Red Bull Man on Rice's campus.
This is good.
I'm Mate Man. So look out for me, Mate Man, coming towards you with free yerba mate. We like to give things out. What we do. Eric, how's college so far?
It's going all right. I had a pretty good first semester.
Yeah? Is it what you thought it would be?
Not really, honestly.
Right. Yep.
It's just, there's so much more spontaneity, High school, you hang out with friends.
Yeah.
Maybe it's spontaneous, but you still gotta, figure out how you're gonna get there,
right.
Where you're gonna meet. College, you just text the homies. You're like, who's trying to hoop in 15 minutes?
Right.
And then you just pull up.
And then, to me, it feels like there's never a plan, but by the end of the day, there's always so much that just happened.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like, no one has plans to go out for dinner, but for some reason, everyone decides to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of spontaneity. I like the way you put that. Eric goes to Rice University. Is it just Rice University?
Yeah, it is. It named for William Marsh Rice.
Oh, I thought it was after the food.
No, but it honestly should be. The Willie's kind of racist, so we don't really use the full name. We just call it Rice.
So if you were to go to Brown University for 2 years, and then go to Rice University, transfer over.
Well, so I think the plan is Brown for graduate school.
Oh.
And then you get that Brown Rice degree.
The Brown Rice degree.
Yeah.
That's what we all want, that Brown Rice degree.
Yes, sir.
Healthier than white rice. Let's get into it. Rice University, Eric was just telling me, is in Houston, Texas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eric, how's Texas?
I mean, Houston doesn't quite seem like Texas.
Yeah.
But I don't really see very much of it either. I went to Austin for 1 weekend, and Austin's pretty cool. But
Austin?
I'm sure if I went out into one of these random farm towns, I would see a bunch of MAGA hats and whatnot.
I think somebody described what I thought Texas would be.
Mm-hmm.
When I was at Yale, actually. They live in Texas, and they were saying Texas is the biggest culmination of the good and bad in America. And I thought that was a really interesting way to put it.
Yeah.
It has great food, and there's some really interesting,
pretty good.
Right? Mm-hmm. I've never been there, so I can't say anything. That's why Eric's our expert of the day, living in Texas for the last 5 months.
5 months.
That's crazy. Is this the first time you're back in Denver?
Yeah, I didn't come back for Thanksgiving, unfortunately. That's when I went to Austin, because I have an aunt that lives there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
See, spend Thanksgiving with your family. It's actually, that's holiday season's important for family.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think, Eric? What do you think is underrated about Denver?
I just dropped off a friend downtown,
mm-hmm.
and I have to say, downtown is underrated. In high school, I don't really know how much I utilized downtown, but you got the Blue Bear and the
right.
convention center, the art museum. It's just
There's
there are a lot of really beautiful things there.
Yeah,
I think that's an underrated aspect for sure.
Yeah, honestly, I love driving downtown at night. It's just
especially when there's not much traffic. When you can just kind of see things.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Yemi was also talking about. I asked him, if somebody was coming from out of state, where would you take them in Denver? And one of his things is downtown Denver.
Yeah,
I think that's a good
16th
point.
Street Mall, man.
Right, exactly. All right, Eric, this is a loaded question. I want to get your answer. Why don't you think people have what they want in life?
I don't know. I mean, like, I think a lot of people don't really always know what they want.
Ooh.
Like,
Yeah.
me personally, I'm still trying to figure that out. But no, definitely, like, there's a lot of issues with, like, our society
Yeah.
that also just makes it hard, you know? Like,
It does.
if you're trying to get what you want in life, but you still gotta, like, feed the family and, like, pay rent
Right.
and then jobs are not paying very well, whatever it may be, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard.
There's a lot of barriers to entry, as we like to say in economic terms.
I see you took micro this semester, huh?
I did. I did. I had to retake micro.
That's a disappointment.
What are you studying?
I think econ, but I'm not really sure, honestly. I think I'm gonna do econ, but I don't want to like do a career in econ, you know?
Mhm.
I just think it's like can be useful for other things, like
For sure.
yeah.
Are you thinking about politics?
Maybe. So I'm also looking. One of the other majors they have is like social policy analysis.
Ooh.
So like looking at effectiveness of different programs and stuff. One thought I've had is also maybe like going to law school. So I don't know. I have some ideas of what I might want to do.
That's crazy. Law school?
I don't know if that's for me though. Like
Mm-hmm.
law school sounds like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. Oh, I wouldn't know, obviously, but it doesn't look like it. It does look like it is a lot of work. Speaking of which, though, and like policies, if you were president, what would be the first thing you do?
That's tough. I don't know. There's like a lot of things. Because I feel like the first thing a president does is like, if I was like, for say 2020, is you undo executive orders that Trump had done.
Right.
So I don't really know which ones are still around, but like any of the like travel ban, DACA, any of those restrictions that he might have done,
Good.
it's probably the first
I
thing.
like that. Yeah.
I was gonna say, but if you're talking about like the first policy that I would push for, I think I would push for like kind of like a tax reform thing.
Ooh.
With like changing taxes, so like tax the rich a little bit more, tax corporations a little bit more maybe, and then, you know, I don't know, do something else.
Oh, I like the way you think, Eric. I'm curious also, in terms of like more of like the things that you get access to, like would you go through classified documents? That's one of the first things. I'd be really interested to read into some of those things.
That's true. I think you gotta be up on your game if you're the president.
Right.
That's what you hear about Trump is he doesn't really like reading all of those things. He prefers like videos or things with pictures, stuff like that.
Well, I'd be reading through all of those documents. I'd just be really interested. I'd try to find out if there's aliens.
Didn't I during 2016, I think Clinton actually said that she would have released information about Area 51 and
oh, really?
classified information. I don't know. I'm sure you can Google it. Google it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I don't understand. You know, there's a lot of stuff that the government does a lot of good job in like keeping a secret, and I'm impressed by that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying I'd be a whistleblower. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I would love to see everything. And then at that point, it feels like I'd get too much information.
I mean, I'm sure there's probably an argument for being a lot more transparent.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, foreign policy, for example. I'm sure that the U.S. is doing a lot of stuff with, I don't know, random countries, and they're not very transparent about it.
Good point. All right, let's get into a would you rather.
Oh God.
All right, so no. All right, would you rather, Eric? Would you rather only be able to ask girls out with your shirt off, or have a tattoo with every girl you date on your arm?
I mean, right now I wouldn't have that many tattoos, so.
Fair.
Yeah, but like at some point, if I was to date another person, they'd see that.
Right.
It'd be a weird conversation.
Yeah. Who's Jeanette? Like, why? Because I'm saying it would be like their face and then their name right under.
Ooh, I'd be like, that's my cousin.
Oh my God.
Like, it's just a family thing. I'd have to get like my brother.
Yeah. You'd have to
like
play
my
it
grandma
off, right?
or something. No, I think the shirt off would be honestly easier, and here's why. If you had to like only ask people out with your shirt off, you would just have to go to the beach.
Right.
Like, you would just like, or if you were like interested in asking someone out, you'd be like with a group, you'd be like, hey, this group of friends, we're going to like what's the Cherry Creek Reservoir, and then just take your shirt off, and that's when you could ask them out, because you have to have your shirt off. So I think I'm gonna go with that one.
You know what? That's kind of like a blessing in disguise, because it also kind of, you'd want to be the
For
most.
you, maybe.
We do love to do that, but no, at the same time, like, it would force you kind of to want to be the best version of yourself. So I feel like if everybody was forced to do that, I feel like a lot of people might want to work out and have like the best version of that. You know,
I mean,
who
like,
knows?
I feel like the best version of myself, it's not so much about like working out.
Yeah.
It's like being a good person.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
I love that, Eric. Quote of the year. I'm gonna put that as the description of this video. Listen, it's not about this. It's about this. Eric is a sweetheart. A lot of people don't know that. In fact, Eric, what do you think people mistake most about you?
That's tough. I mean, like, I feel like I'm a person that if you saw me on the street, I'd be pretty easy to like, you'd be like, oh, this is like kind of like a white nerdish kind of guy. And I feel like that's pretty accurate. So, like, most surprising thing about me, honestly, I don't know how I would answer that. Like, I don't really know what other people think about me.
That's something. Actually, I got an assignment in high school that I thought it was bad, like annoying that we had to do it at first, but it was like a unique ability letter, but it's like you had to ask people to write it for you. It was really interesting. I give you this assignment for people watching this video. No, yeah, it's interesting
Just
to know.
ask someone what they think is unique about you.
Yeah, like what is your unique ability?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Wait, Kai, what would you say for me? What do you think is my unique ability?
Unique ability? I think you do a lot better job than most people at I don't know if it's creating a community or making people feel like easygoing, like it's a relaxed thing, like it's not a tense situation.
It's actually, I appreciate that. That's like, I feel like that's a good skill.
Right, it very much is. You know how some people you meet and it's like, it really is, you feel kind of tense, you feel awkward.
Okay.
Like you don't feel comfortable. I think that's my off the top of my head unique ability for Eric. Let's get right back to this. Would you rather get $1 million home or $3 million in spending money that you cannot use for a roof over your head?
I mean, like,
and you can't resell any of those things once you buy it.
I think I'm going with the $3 million spending money, and like even though like I probably can't use it for rent, right?
Right.
But like, there's so many things you could do with that. Like, I don't know, like you could start a business.
Yeah.
It's just a lot more value than like a home. Like, I don't, like, what am I just gonna live in a home by myself? Like I don't know. Like, I'd rather have like a $3 million apartment. I feel like. Ooh. Maybe. That might be too nice. I just don't, like, for me personally, like, and this is the same with like cars. Like, in my mind, I'm not gonna try and spend a lot of money on a house or a car. I just want like somewhere, and I'm saying that, but it's like if I want to live in like a nice city, obviously it's gonna be pretty expensive.
Right.
But like, I'd rather just like pinch money there, and you know.
I see. I get it. So then, speaking of which, like, would you rather be extremely charismatic or filthy rich with poor charisma?
I gotta go with the charisma.
Right.
I mean, well, money's nice, but like I feel like if you just had a lot of money, but you weren't like a very good person or not very charismatic, I feel like all your friends would just be fake, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it'd be a lot harder to like, or like maybe you could have like some real friends, but like maybe they wouldn't be like the very charismatic either. I don't know. I'd rather be like very charismatic and.
Yeah, I think also the extremely charismatic people really seem like they end up getting what they want anyways, you know, like
Maybe, yeah.
they're good at that, and people naturally, you know, just gravitate to those people.
For sure.
So you might end up being filthy rich if you're extremely charismatic. Either way, you know.
Yeah. On the other hand, maybe if you were filthy rich, you could just pay for like social lessons,
Right,
to
and
become more
it's a good point.
sociable.
Just learn how to be more charismatic. It's possible. It's
possible.
possible. All right, so everyone's favorite. We're gonna ask Eric some personal questions here. Let's get right to it. Eric, how do you think your childhood went?
I have to say, it was something I didn't really think about until I went to college, but like, I think I had a very good childhood. Like, nothing really, like, no traumatic events or anything, and like,
Good.
I don't
That's
know.
good.
My parents pretty much were able to let me just go to school and do what I want, you know?
That's good. That's good to hear.
Or or like maybe not like do what I want, but like pursue the interests that I had, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's an important distinction too. Do what you want.
Yeah.
And then
I mean,
pursue
like,
the
I wasn't eating ice cream for every meal, but
Right.
like, you know.
Yeah, good. No, that's good. I think childhood plays a major role in your life, so it's good. All right, so then what is your most treasured memory? Is that from your childhood?
My most treasured memory from my childhood is probably my earliest memory, and it's just, it was just like I was still in a crib or something,
Oh.
or I don't know. It was like a big crib, but I climbed out of it. I was at that age, and I was going to play with my brother because my brother was playing with those like big Legos, not the normal Legos, the big ones.
Yeah.
But
Thick.
then, I don't know what happened. I just wasn't feeling it. I started crying. I wanted to go back to the crib, and my grandma came. She put me back in the crib. That's my earliest memory.
Wow.
Yeah.
How tender. That's a sweet, sweet memory.
Yeah.
So what's special about that to you? Is it just like it's your first one?
I think it's just, yeah, for as long as I've like thought about my first memory, that's definitely been the one. And then just like after my grandma died, I just appreciate like a lot of those kind of moments that I had with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I think, yeah, the small things really seem to stick, huh?
Yeah.
I think I like that. That's really sweet. See, you got to know Eric a little bit more. I'm glad. That's why I like doing tea time. It's just understanding more. It's like Eric and I have known each other. When did we?
We met freshman year.
Freshman year.
But like,
When did we start talking? Because I remember.
I remember eating lunch with like Jesus, Kelly, and you a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to see if Jesus is in town.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Great man. I want to interview
Great man.
Jesus.
He would be a good interview.
Yeah, he would be.
He has a lot of interesting stuff going on.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Eric, thank you for being on Tea Time. Eric taught us a lot. A lot of it. All right.